Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about economics. So I'll give you an introduction about economics. What is economics? Economics is a social science. It is dealing with society. Man is a social animal and we derive all the theories in economics about man. So man being a social animal, economics is a study of man and so it is a social science. And in economics, we try to understand how the economy of a particular region, a country, or the global economy works. Economics has got its own laws and principles like any other science. But there is one thing that I should tell you in the beginning that we do not have a single universally accepted definition of economics. From time to time, many economists have given different or improved ideas about the same. So we'll go to the definitions one by one. The first and foremost definition was given by the father of modern economic theory, Adam Smith. Adam Smith, in his book published in the year 1776, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nations, has defined economics is an inquiry into the nature and causes of wealth of nations. And later, the welfare definition was given by Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall gave importance to the welfare, whereas Adam Smith was giving more focus on the accumulation of wealth. And welfare definition is thus economics is a study of mankind in the ordinary business of life. It examines that part of individual and social action which are closely connected with the attainment and with the use of material requisites of well-being. And the next definition was given by Lionel Robbins, the very famous definition of economics and the very useful one. That is, economics is a social science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. So here we think that, or we understand the fact that all the resources are scarce and we have to allocate these resources in such a way as to satisfy our wants so that the resources are used properly or the resources are allocated properly. So that is what we discuss in the scarcity definition. Scarcity definition always tells that resources are scarce, but as we all know, human wants are unlimited. So we have to make a trade-off between these human wants and the scarce resources. That is what we are actually doing in the field of economics. We'll allocate the resource the unlimited in order to satisfy the unlimited human wants. And the last definition, the famous definition, was given by Paul A. Samuelson, the growth definition. And economics is study of how men in society choose, with or without the use of money, to employ scarce productive resources which could have alternative uses, to produce various commodities over time and distribute them for consumption now and in the future among various people and groups of society. These are the important definitions of economics. I hope this is
Hi,
clear to
dear
you.
friends.
Thank you.
Today we are going to discuss the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. The classification of economics as micro and macro was given by a Norwegian economist Ragnar Frisch along with his Dutch economist Jan Tinbergen in 1933. Okay, so we have got two broad classifications of economics, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics means micro, the word micro means small. It is derived from the Greek word micros, where I stands for individual. So, from this, it is clear that microeconomics deals with individual human behavior. It takes into account the decision making process of individual economic units such as firms and households. And price plays a crucial role in all the decision making process in microeconomics. Therefore, price determination is a major concern of microeconomics, and so microeconomics is also known as the price theory. That is all about microeconomics. And now we are going to discuss about macroeconomics. Macro, the word macro means large. It is derived from the Greek word macro, where A stands for aggregate. So, in macroeconomics, the major concern is aggregate variables. We'll just discuss the general conditions of the economy. It deals with aggregate variables such as rate of inflation, the national income, unemployment, business fluctuations, and so on. The major concern of macroeconomics is the determination of national income and the factors affecting it. As income determination is the most important concern of macroeconomics, it is also known by the name
income theory. Okay, so we just told that microeconomics is known as the price theory and macroeconomics is known as the income theory. And this is a table showing the difference between micro and macroeconomics, major difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So we have microeconomics, it studies the individual unit, and whereas the macroeconomics studies the whole economy or large groups. And microeconomics has got, it is very simple, whereas macro is a bit more complex as we are dealing with large groups. And we can say microeconomics is a worm's eye view, whereas macroeconomics gives a bird's eye view towards a problem. It is just much more elaborate than microeconomics. And microeconomics majorly focus on price analysis, whereas in macro we deal with income analysis. And microeconomics studies individual problems, whereas macroeconomics are dealing with the whole economy, and comparison between different world economies are taken care under microeconomics. So these are the major differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics. I hope the topic is clear to you. Thank you so much.